New Zealand rises from the ocean like a landscape still being finished. Mountains, fjords, and rolling green hills stretching in every direction. Here, life moves at the pace of nature itself, shaped by wind, weather, and the endless rhythm of the sea. Mornings often begin with fog rolling off the hills, sheep grazing quietly in paddocks that stretch toward the horizon. Farming remains at the heart of daily life, generations of families tending land their grandparents once cleared by hand. In cities like Auckland and Wellington, that same closeness to nature persists, with volcanic hills and harbours visible from nearly every street corner. Locals, known as Kiwis, carry an easygoing warmth, quick to strike up conversation with strangers over a flat white at a corner cafe. Māori culture runs deep beneath modern life, its language, stories, and traditions woven into place names, greetings, and everyday customs. A hongi, the traditional pressing of noses in greeting, still carries meaning in ceremonies held across the country. Weekends often mean escape into nature, families hiking through native bush or launching boats into glassy lakes at dawn. Rugby unites the nation like little else. Entire towns gathering around televisions whenever the All Blacks take the field. Coastal towns thrive on fishing and surfing, boats returning each afternoon as surfers wait patiently for the next swell. In the South Island, snow-capped peaks tower over turquoise lakes, framing towns that feel more like postcards than reality. Sheep still outnumber people here, grazing peacefully across hillsides that seem to stretch endlessly toward the sea. Despite its remote location, New Zealand carries a quiet confidence, self-sufficient, community-driven, and deeply connected to its natural surroundings. And in the story that follows, that connection reveals itself fully in its people, its land, and a way of life shaped by nature at every turn. At the northern tip of the South Island, Wharariki Beach unfolds far from any main road, reached only by a windswept walk through farmland and dunes. Sheep graze quietly along the coastal paddocks, unbothered by the wind that constantly sweeps in from the Tasman Sea. Locals often make the walk here in silence, letting the sound of wind and distant waves replace conversation entirely. As the trail crests over sand dunes, the beach reveals itself suddenly, wide, wild, and largely untouched. Towering limestone archways rise from the surf just offshore, shaped slowly over centuries by relentless wind and water. Fur seals sometimes rest near the rocks, unfazed by the rare visitor passing quietly along the shoreline. Wind here never fully stops, shaping the dunes into soft, shifting patterns that change from one day to the next. Locals from nearby Collingwood speak of this beach not as a tourist attraction, but as a place for quiet reflection. Photographers often wait patiently for sunset, when golden light spills through the rock archways and across the wet sand. Families sometimes picnic near the dunes, sheltering behind marram grass to escape the constant coastal wind. At low tide, tidal pools form between rock formations, offering small glimpses of sea life hidden beneath the surface. Few roads lead this far north, and that isolation is exactly what locals say they cherish most about the region. For the people who live nearby, Wharariki Beach remains a quiet reminder that some of New Zealand's most powerful beauty still exists, far from the noise of modern life. Above Lake Wanaka, Roy's Peak rises steeply, its winding trail climbing through farmland before opening into sweeping alpine views. Local farmers still graze sheep along these lower slopes, their flocks scattered like small white clouds across the green hillside. Hikers set out before dawn, headlamps bobbing along the gravel path as the first light begins to touch the mountain ridges. The climb is steady and demanding, switchbacks carved into hillsides that have shaped this land for generations. Wooden gates and fence lines mark old farm boundaries, a quiet reminder that this trail cuts through working sheep country. As the path rises, Lake Wanaka slowly reveals itself below, a sheet of deep blue framed by mountains still capped with snow. Locals often make this climb a weekly ritual, treating the mountain less as a tourist attraction and more as an extension of home. At the summit, the view stretches in every direction: jagged peaks, glacial valleys, and the lake shimmering far below. Hikers pause here in quiet awe, catching their breath as wind sweeps steadily across the exposed ridge. Sheep farmers passing through on quad bikes offer a nod or a wave, unfazed by the crowds gathering for photos nearby. In winter, snow dusts the upper slopes, transforming the same trail into a quieter, more solitary experience. Descending in late afternoon, the golden light spreads slowly across the valley, farmland glowing beneath a softening sky. For the people of Wanaka, Roy's Peak isn't just scenery, it's a daily backdrop to a life built quietly around the land and its rhythms. Rotorua announces itself before it's even seen, a faint scent of sulfur drifting through the air from geothermal vents beneath the earth. Steam rises constantly from cracks in the ground, curling upward, even in the middle of quiet residential streets. Locals have grown so accustomed to the smell that most no longer notice it, treating the geothermal activity as simply part of daily life. Māori heritage runs deep here. with carved meeting houses and traditional villages still active within the community. At Te Puia, geysers erupt on their own schedule, boiling water shooting skyward as visitors and locals watch in shared anticipation. Nearby, mud pools bubble slowly, thick and grey, releasing soft popping sounds beneath a thin layer of steam. Families still gather for traditional hangi meals, food slow-cooked underground using heat drawn directly from the earth itself. Wood carvings and woven flax patterns decorate meeting houses, each design carrying stories passed down through generations. Locals often start their mornings with a soak in natural hot springs, easing into warm mineral water before the workday begins. Forests surround the town in deep green, with towering redwoods offering a cool, quiet contrast to the geothermal heat nearby. Mountain bikers weave through these forest trails daily, dirt paths winding beneath trees that block out most of the afternoon sun. As evening falls, steam continues rising softly across the town, lit gently by streetlights and the fading glow of sunset. In Rotorua, geothermal wonder and everyday life exist side by side, the Earth's raw power quietly woven into the rhythm of ordinary days. In the rolling green hills near Matamata, Hobbiton rises unexpectedly, round wooden doors built directly into the hillsides. What began as a film set for The Lord of the Rings has since become a living part of the local community's daily rhythm. Sheep still graze freely across the surrounding farmland, the same fields once used to shape the fictional Shire. Local farmers continue working this land much as they always have, occasionally pausing as tour groups pass quietly by. Guides, many raised in the surrounding countryside, walk visitors through neatly trimmed gardens and brightly painted hobbit holes. Smoke curls gently from tiny chimneys, a detail maintained carefully to preserve the illusion of a lived-in village. Flowers bloom along stone pathways, tended daily by workers who treat the set less like a movie prop and more like a real neighborhood. At the heart of the village, the Green Dragon Inn serves warm cider, its wooden beams and fireplace glowing with quiet familiarity. Locals from Matamata often speak proudly of the set, aware that it has become deeply woven into the region's identity. Farmhands and film set caretakers work side by side, blending agricultural life with the ongoing upkeep of a fictional world. As afternoon light spreads across the hills, the line between farmland and fantasy blurs into something strangely peaceful. Visitors leave, but the sheep remain, grazing calmly beneath round wooden doors as they have for years. In Hobbiton, everyday rural life and imagination exist side by side, a quiet reminder that even fantasy here is rooted firmly in the land. Christchurch wakes slowly beside the Avon River, its calm waters winding gently through parks and tree-lined streets. Locals often begin their mornings with a walk or bike ride along the riverbank, mist still lingering over the water. The city carries a quiet resilience, rebuilt patiently in the years following the devastating 2011 earthquake. Where old buildings once stood, colorful street art and modern architecture now rise side by side, a blend of memory and renewal. Cafes tucked into converted shipping containers at Raystart Mall reflect that same spirit, creative solutions born from necessity. Cathedral Square remains a gathering point, locals passing through on their way to work, coffee in hand, unhurried despite the morning rush. University students fill nearby streets, cycling between lecture halls and cafes tucked into restored heritage buildings. Botanic gardens offer a peaceful escape, families spreading blankets beneath towering trees planted more than a century ago. Hunters glide slowly along the Avon River, guided by locals in straw hats who share small stories about the city's history. Weekend markets fill with fresh produce, local cheese, and handmade crafts, vendors chatting easily with regular customers. Nearby, the Port Hills rise above the city, offering hikers sweeping views of Christchurch stretching toward the Pacific coastline. As evening falls, restaurants along the rebuilt city centre fill with quiet conversation and the soft clinking of cutlery. In Christchurch, resilience and renewal shape everyday life, a city that continues moving forward while gently honouring what came before. Far to the north, the Bay of Islands unfolds across turquoise water dotted with more than 100 small, forested islands. Fishing boats leave Paihia's harbour at dawn, engines humming softly as the sky shifts from grey to pale gold. Local fishermen navigate these waters by memory, familiar with currents and coves passed down through generations of family knowledge. Māori history runs deep here, with Waitangi standing as the birthplace of New Zealand's founding treaty between Māori and European settlers. Carved meeting houses and ceremonial grounds still host gatherings, connecting modern life directly to centuries-old tradition. Tourists arrive by ferry to swim with dolphins, while locals often prefer quieter mornings spent kayaking near their own backyard bays. Small coastal towns like Russell retain a slower rhythm, wooden buildings and waterfront cafes echoing the region's colonial past. Sailboats drift lazily between islands, their crews pausing occasionally to fish or simply enjoy the stillness of open water. Locals often gather at sunset along the waterfront, sharing fish and casual conversation as the sky turns deep orange. Children learn to swim and sail here almost as early as they learn to walk, the sea treated as a natural extension of home. Cafes along the harbour serve fresh seafood, caught hours earlier by the same boats now resting quietly at the dock. As night falls, stars stretch clearly across the sky, undimmed by city lights in this remote corner of the country. In the Bay of Islands, life moves with the tide, shaped by the sea, steeped in history, and quietly proud of its place at the edge of the world.